Welcome to Exploring the D Route. Let's go. Welcome back. Up in Red River Gorge again this morning. Going to see if we can find a couple more short hikes. Coming through the Nada Tunnel. The gateway to adventure. Today's first stop, we're going to check out Hopewell Arch. For parking, you want to come around to where the unofficial Copperas Falls Trail is. You can either park here roadside in one of the parking areas labeled with the brown P, or you can come on up to the Osborne Bend Trailhead. From parking, whether you parked at Osborne Bend Trailhead parking or one of the roadside spots, you want to come to the Copperas Falls unofficial trail. This is where we start out towards Hopewell Arch. As I mentioned, we're starting out on the Copperas Falls unofficial trail. If you're unfamiliar with the Copperas Falls trail, I'll add a link in the description or at the end of the video for my Copperas Falls video. It gives directions on how to get to the trailhead for Copperas Falls. Getting into the second week of July, and rhododendrons are slowly starting to lose their bloom. But as this one here you can see, still holding on to a few. If you've watched my Copperas Falls video, you'll remember me standing at this location and describing the route to Hopewell Arch. It's just shy of half a mile into the trail. Come around past this large boulder that goes almost the width of the creek bed. That is known as Large Marge. You'll come just past Large Marge. You'll see a user trail at this drainage that cuts across the creek. And that's the way you want to go to check out Hopewell Arch. So we'll work our way that way. As you come across the creek bed, oftentimes dry, you'll come across and you'll make out this user trail. Really easy to make out here. I'm going to take this up until we intersect with an old road bed. As the trail comes up and connects with the old road bed, you'll make out the old road bed with its flat area. See, this user trail goes to the left. You want to follow that over. Go across a little bit of deadfall, through some rhodo, across a small drainage. That drainage is actually the runoff that comes through Hopewell Arch. Opens up just a little bit. You'll see user trail keeps going straight, but you'll notice one that cuts back to the right and goes uphill. That's the user trail you want to take. and lead us up to Hopewell Arch. Got our first trail friend of the day. As you work uphill towards Hopewell Arch, the user trail is pretty well beaten and easy to follow. And it looks like we have another trail friend, one of my little orange buddies. Come on, bud. As you work your way on up, you'll come through some rhododendron. Then you'll start up into a few little boulders. Nothing too crazy. Pretty easy to navigate through and around. We'll come up around those boulders, follow up to the cliff line. Down there's the boulders we just came around. We'll follow up, come around here, up the cliff line. You'll go to the right out through here. Once you've reached the cliff line, we'll follow up right there where you can see those roots. This section here is the off-trail scrambly stuff where you got to use your own judgment whether you can safely do this or not. Come up those tree roots. Once you're there, you'll step on up to this next piece of the cliff line. You'll go up over top of these rocks. I guess I should mention that both of these areas today is probably more for our moderate hikers, maybe even advanced people that know how to navigate with GPS and are used to a little scrambling around. Once you make it up the little scramble, you'll be at the base of Hopewell Arch. From parking, it's just over 6/10 of a mile to Hopewell Arch. I got the area to myself right now. I'm gonna take a few minutes, enjoy the arch, try to come away with a few images. If they turned out any good, here they are. Checked out Hopewell Arch. Come with a few images I think that I like to get back to parking. I'm gonna follow the cliff line down the way we came in, down and back across Copperas Creek. From there we'll pick up the unofficial Copperas Falls Trail, follow it back to parking, and we'll go check out our next destination. Let's go. A little late morning fog catching some sun rays coming through the canopy. Made it back to the truck. Now we're going to head up 715 to Sky Bridge Road. Go check out Keystone Arch and Buzzard Roof South. Come up 715, turn out towards Sky Bridge. Not very far out the road here, you'll find Devil's Canyon overlook. Just barely out of sight there from the road. It's a great place to catch a sunset. Just a little bit further up the road on the left, you'll come to another overlook. A little bit of parking on the right. Can't remember the name of this overlook right off. I'll pop it up on the screen if I was to remember. But if you look right out there, that rock, that's Buzzard South. That's where we're headed. Just a tad further out the road, on the right side this time, you'll come to overlook. This is Swift Creek Overlook. Certain times of the year, this is a good spot for a sunrise. Just past that overlook on the left, this is where we want to go. This is the Sky Bridge picnic ground. Small little parking area here. Nobody here. We'll find a spot to park. The trail heads straight back past the restrooms there. Right from parking. Come past the restrooms. Over into the woods here. And a few picnic areas. Just want to follow the trail. Works out towards the cliff line. We'll work our way down over the hill and out the Keystone Arch and Buzzard South Overlook. As you come up, you'll see this main trail keeps going to the right. Goes on out to a couple campsites. We'll make this first left here. Follow this out down over the hill. There are a few old campsites here. At one point in time, you was able to camp here, but a few years ago, after the area caught fire from someone's careless act of leaving their campfire burning, they no longer allow camping here. Camping just in this area, not in the gorge. Here's one of the signs you'll see around the area. This one here is falling over. As you come up to the ridge end, you'll find some brush pile here. Just work your way to the right of that, you'll see the trail. And you want to work your way down this hill here. The trail goes down over the hill. Come down. Once you reach the bottom of the hill, you want to work your way to your right. You'll see everything start to open up. As you walk across through here, if you look straight ahead, you'll see hen's nest. Follow this trail on around here. Old campsite here. Work your way over to this little split here. Straight below you here in this split, that'll be Keystone Arch. I'm gonna go straight across here and show you what's over here real quick. But to get to Buzzard South, we'll be heading down this crack right here in just a minute. Work your way across the top of Keystone Arch, across the split. Opens up here to your right. Got a nice overlooking the Red River. Summertime, so everything's all leafed out green. In the wintertime, you can see the river much better. But you can see it a little bit right there. After rain yesterday, looking a little red and rusty. As you come down just past the overlook we was just looking at, you'll see this large rock here. You can get up on top of this. Gives you a little bit of an overlook, similar to what you got here to the right. Instead of getting up there, just to save myself some time, I'm going to cut back down, check out Keystone Arch, and head on down to Buzzard South, which is pretty much just below this rock here. Work your way down this little crack here. As you work your way down, look back behind you, you'll find Keystone Arch. Now with Keystone Arch to your back, if you take a look to the left, you'll see a small user trail. If you look to the right, you'll see a user trail. If you come down, go out to the left here, you'll find a nice little rock shelter. Some nice geology. Not a whole lot of interest out through here. As you look on across there, you see another rock shelter. No arches or anything over here, but still a neat little area. Work our way back up here to Keystone Arch. Back here where we came down at Keystone Arch. We're gonna make our ride out through here and follow this cliff line. Pretty well beaten little user tree. This area doesn't see a lot of traffic, but over the years it has. We'll be careful as you come around through here. Start getting to some cliff line. Definitely don't want to drop over the side. As you come around, you'll see this little rock shelter here next to you. If I'd have got up on top of that rock a minute ago, that's where I'd have been. I'll keep following out here. Come through some evergreens. Starts to open up. This is Buzzard Roost South. Great spot to catch a sunset. There is separation here between the rock you come out on and the rock you'll see out in front of you. Just be careful as you come across here. Pretty steep drop on either side. May not get to hang out here long today. Kind of looking like rain's about to push in. Gonna hang out a few minutes here, get the camera out. Clouds look like the sky might have a little interest to it. Try to get a few shots in. If they're any good, here they are. From parking to Buzzard Roost South is right at 4/10 of a mile. Making out and back here, 8/10 of a mile. I'm gonna go ahead and sign the video off here. To get back to parking, you just want to backtrack the way you came. Go up by Keystone Arch, back up the hill. Once you get to that intersection from the main trail, just work your way back towards the park and you'll be able to see it from there. Hope you enjoyed today's adventure. Melting down a little bit right now. Got sweat running down my face and my eyes. If you would, give me a like. Subscribe if you like the content on the channel. Hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching.